everyone, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat, may adlaw kaninyong tanan. Allow me to share with you this week the beauty of the gospel about the story of being satisfied by God alone. In the Gospel of Matthew chapter 14 verses 13 to 21, it speaks of Christ's life within us. It speaks about the desire of God to fulfill our needs. It speaks about the will of God for each of us that probably we cannot imagine. At the beginning of the gospel, Jesus withdrew to a deserted place, and that was after hearing of the killing of John the Baptist. So from sorrow, Jesus went into a quiet place to pray. And yet, people who loved him, people who want to listen to his word, follow him. And the evening of that encounter, the Lord feel pity for them, as the gospel recalls that they are like sheep without a shepherd. The Lord was moved with pity, and he provided what he needed. 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish for 5,000 people to be fed. The Lord raised the basket out of prayer to the Father for the people to eat. They didn't just simply eat, but they ate and they were filled. They were satisfied. Have you experienced in your life when you keep working and finding ways to meet the ends meet, and yet you're still struggling from an endless challenges or payments? Probably because in these things in our life, we don't see God in working. And so, my dear friends, maybe sometimes we have to listen for a moment, to quiet ourselves and allow God to work in our lives. God will never allow us to be hungry. God will never allow us to be on our own and suffer on our own. In the evening of our life, in the darkness of life, God is there willing to share with us in our sufferings and pains. And not just that, he will feel our needs, not what our wants. Today, the gospel also speaks clearly about the beauty of the Holy Eucharist. In fact, this gospel passage set up for the future about the sharing of meal with his disciples, the Last Supper. And for us today in the Christianity, this is the holy sacrifice of the Mass, where the bread and wine becomes truly the blood, soul, and divinity of Christ. Only in resting in the arms of God, only resting in the presence of God, that we may encounter stillness, peace, and comfort. God is our richness in our poverty. He is our help in our challenges. He is our comfort in our sadness. He is our fulfillment in our desire. My dear friends, as we unfold these coming days of the week, may you and your family, your loved ones, truly experience the fulfillment, the desire, the satisfaction that comes from God alone. Saint Teresa of Avila said, "Everything will pass away. God is enough for me." May we encounter God, and may we find fulfillment in Him alone. Amen.